are going to make our own spring flowers, Starfish. So do you think you can guess what kind of flower this is? It's a snowdrop. So you might remember seeing little snowdrops all with their heads bowed down like this. So I've got some little doilies, paper doilies like this, but you could use some tissue paper, or even some loo roll, which I know is a precious commodity, but you could use some loo roll cut ups. So what we want to aim for is these little kind of teardrop shapes like this. So you can just cut them any old how out of your doily, and really we need about 4, but if you only manage 3, that would be fine. And then I've used a straw for our stalk or our stem. These are biodegradable, I may add, green straws, but you could use maybe a pipe cleaner or even a paper straw that you've coloured in green or painted green. There's a bit of glue on the end, the fun gluing part, like that. And then I'm going to follow all the way around. And then another one. Oopsie, that one's fallen off. Bit of glue on the end. It's a bit fiddly. So oh dear, you might need to get your adult to help you just hold it in place, but you could do the fun gluing part and then give it a really good squeeze. And then if you wanted to, some of the snowdrops you can get have got a little bit of green, almost like somebody's done some colouring in on the side of the petal, so you could use a green felt tip pen or some green paint on the side. And I plan to make lots so I can have them all in a vase, because I love snowdrops, all pretty like that, with their little droopy heads, but they're still lovely, and a little sign of spring. So any of the bulbs you see coming up in the garden, any of the flowers, are a wonderful sign of spring. And we are going to read about some flowers and a very special creature called Christopher Nibble. Now I wonder if you know what kind of creature Christopher Nibble is. Any guesses? Don't think he's a cat. He's definitely not an elephant or a bird. A hamster, couldn't he? But actually he is a guinea pig, because guinea pigs love dandelions, and that's the flower that we're going to read about now. Look at all those guinea pigs. We've got guinea pigs at our house, so we love guinea pigs. If there was one thing Christopher Nibble loved more than football, it was eating dandelion leaves. He ate dandelion leaves at breakfast time, lunch time, and at dinner time. And if Christopher felt peckish between meals, he ate more dandelion leaves. But it was not just Christopher who liked dandelion leaves. Mr. and Mrs. Nibble liked them, and his sister liked them too, and his friends liked them. In fact, every guinea pig in Dandeville loved dandelion leaves. All day long, the happy sound of munching and nibbling filled the air. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch they went, until, that is, the dandelion leaves began to run out. Dandelion dishes were taken off the menu, and dandelion drinks disappeared from the shelves. Oh dear, this sounds very familiar of early lockdown, doesn't it? The last few leaves could be bought on the internet for a huge amount of money. Bid now, organic juicy dandelion leaves, size approximately 12 by 3 centimetres. Oh dear me. Soon the worst thing imaginable happened. All over town, the dandelions had been munched to nothing more than bitten down stalks. Oh dear. And the guinea pigs had to make do with a chewy cabbage instead. Look at that cabbage. I actually quite like cabbages, but there's lots of bugs on that one. Just one dandelion was left, but nobody knew anything about it except Christopher Nibble. It happened to be growing right outside his bedroom window. Christopher's mouth watered at the sight of it, but he knew that he mustn't eat it or let anyone else eat it. Not if it was the last dandelion in town. It might even be the last dandelion in the whole world, he thought. hard and decided to go to the library. Look at all those books. Wow, look at that. Quiet, please. He borrowed a book called Everything You Need to Know About Dandelions. Look at that book. Wow. And he read it very, very carefully. Bet you've all missed going to the library like we have. He found a little cloche to protect his dandelion, and every day he watered it and picked off the bugs. Wow, look at that. And every day he was very good about not taking even the tiniest little nibble. While he waited and waited and waited. Gosh, he's being so patient. Until finally, wow, his dandelion had grown to the most beautiful white-headed tiny seed. Look at that. You might have had dandelions in your garden before, or even seen them on the common. Very gently, Christopher picked it up, carried it all the way up Daisy Chain Hill. When he reached the top, he had just enough puff to take a deep breath. What do you think he's going to do? And blow! The seeds filled the air. Wow, look at those flying up into the clouds. What's going to happen next, I wonder? And they landed gently all over Dandyville. At first, nobody noticed. But soon, the new plants started to sprout. Fresh leaves. Look, I can see a little hint of some leaves there. And in no time at all, Dandyville was filled with the happy sound of munching and crunching once more. And as for Christopher, well, he still loves playing football. But they're all his friends. Friends, munch, nibble, 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 crunch, nibble. Look at all those dandelions, because Christopher done some planting. But now there's something else that Christopher loves just as much as eating dandelions. I think I know what it is. Christopher loves growing them. Wow, look at all those seeds he's planted, all of that growing. I wonder if you've ever grown anything by seed in the garden before. There's Christopher. So start to think about those signs of spring. You can have a little walk out into your garden or onto the common and see if you can notice any little hints that spring and new life and lots of new things are going to be growing. See you next week. Bye.